Hello, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz, and we're here to read some homegrown horrors to you today. And Adam, tell us what those are.
Indeed we are. So homegrown horrors are the supernatural, paranormal, spiritual, spooky, coincidental, fun stories that you send us, sometimes true crime related, and they're a really good time, and it's something that's happened to you, a friend, someone you know that you've decided to share with us so we can share on the show. Robin, let folks know if they have a story like that, how they can reach out to us.
So if you have any of those stories, you can send them to us at storytime@scaryish.com. That's our email. You can go to our website, scaryish.com, hence the email.
Click on Contact Us.
Yeah. And send it to us. That way, we also have a whole bunch of different social media outlets that you can send it to us on. One of the stories we got to read today is from Facebook, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so any of the ways that you can reach out to us, please do so. We'd be happy to share your story. If you have a story you'd like to send us, but you do not want it to be read on the show, that is totally fine. Just let us know, and we'd be happy to accommodate you and just engage in a dialogue. And if sometimes people just want to say, hey, this happened, I feel crazy, please tell me I'm not crazy, and we're okay with that. We get them, so it happens. Before we move any further, it is January, and a lot of you know what that means.
January Patreon push. I wanted to steal it from you.
That's fine. I still get to do the noise. So what January Patreon push is about is 1 month out of the year, I let you folks know how much it sincerely helps us when we have folks go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast and sign up for a donation. The donations are monthly. It'll come out immediately, and then it'll come out after that every month, the first of the month. They sincerely help us keep the show going. They fund things that we can do that are fun, like we went to San Jose to go to the Winchester Mystery House. Last year, we had a Spooky Friends meetup. We got a picture taken while we were there. It's at the front of the desk for every live show we do because it means so much to me.
Yeah.
So it sincerely helps us keep going and keep the podcast growing. For $1 a month, you get, which some of you have had a preview for these last few episodes because the commercials are disabled currently. You get ad-free content and early content for every episode we produce. And then every tier above that has some special things that you get. At the $10 tier, we send you a piece of merchandise every season or every 3 months. Shout out to Emanon1588 who just subscribed for the second month.
And to Monda Alba for subscribing for 4 months.
Indeed. And the message Monda Alba said was, woo, 4 months. But yeah,
Sweet.
There's a lot of different things that you get. Robin designs and curates a bunch of merchandise. Some of it comes to you for free. And each tier above that includes every tier that came before it, plus the new stuff. So please go check out patreon.com/scarishpodcast. See if there's anything you can donate. Even as little as $1 sincerely helps. That's 4 quarters, people. That is like 2/3 of a candy bar in a vending machine nowadays. So let us be your 2/3 Snickers. Like if you walk by a trash can and you saw a Snickers that was the third eaten, look at that and be like, do I want to take that out of the trash and eat it? Or do I want to give that money to Adam and Robin? Because apparently you have to toss $1 into a trash can. It's a weird analogy, okay? But seriously, sincerely, we appreciate everyone who sends us literally anything, and we implore you to give it a thought. So, are you going to be starting, or am I?
Let's have you start, because you got a really long one, and then you have a pretty medium one.
Pretty medium one, right?
We're talking about lengths.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what she said. But you know.
Fun stuff. All right, so I'm going to start out with my medium one before I get to my really long one. We're going to do 4 this episode. You know what's one thing that we didn't bring up yet? This is the 100th episode of Storytime, which means we've had 100 consecutive weeks where you folks have sent us enough of your stories where we could read them to you, and we have a backlog of about 2.5 months. It's pretty amazing we got to 100, so I just want to say thank you so much for sending us your stories and trusting us to read them and not be assholes about it. I know there's other podcasts out there that you'll send them your stuff and they just kind of make fun of you and tear you apart, and that's definitely not us. For. We are a safe space for you to share, and it means so much that so many people from all around the world have decided to send us their stories and let us read them, and it means so much. Even the people that are watching us live right now, it's like 4 or 5 different continents. It's not a ton of people, don't get me wrong, but it is a very diverse crowd from all around the world, and it's amazing. So just wanted to say that. All right, I'm going to get to my first email now so you guys can stop rolling your eyes super hard and being like, Jesus, just get to it.
Jay Castron says, I'm so hard right now.
There you go.
Thanks.
So, the first one's subject is from Annette on Facebook, which means it was sent to us on Facebook and didn't have a subject. And it starts out like this. Hey guys, new-ish listener here. I was suggested your podcast by Spotify, and I absolutely love it. Shout out to Spotify. Usually I say that just because you're watching it on Spotify, but this time, Spotify had our back. It's because we shout it out all the time. It's become sentient. It's like Skynet, but with music.
Are they sentient, or are we just that big now?
No, we definitely aren't.
Damn it.
I've seen the numbers.
No, that sounds so sad.
The email says, suggested by Spotify, and I absolutely love it. I literally listen to one pod a day while I do chores or play Candy Crush. Go on, bully me for playing that game.
Dude, I seriously played Candy Crush for so long and got so far.
She tried so hard and got so far.
In the end, it didn't even matter because I stopped playing it. But my sister still plays it, and she's on these ungodly numbered levels.
There's so much more now.
Yeah, there's so much more now. So, no, we're not going to make fun of you. I think it's a fun game.
The only reason I stopped playing Candy Crush is because another game turned into my addiction, which is now Archer Hero on the cell phone, and I just started playing Civ 6 on the PC.
Mine's Dr. Mario on
Yeah,
the mobile Dr. Mario.
Stays up so late playing that fucking game. All right. Congratulations on Candy Crush. Goes on to say, I wanted to share this story with you guys. You can definitely read it on the Storytime episode if you'd like.
Cool.
It's one of those weird dreams I've had. So over the past years, I've been having really detailed and scary dreams. Most of these dreams actually happened IRL. So I wonder if it's them reliving some traumatic experience or something like that. Like, I had a dream about getting fired at my job, and it happened exactly how I saw it, and it was so freaky because I saw the same people around me saying the same things. Okay, so these are prophetic dreams. These are happening before the actual events occur. Okay, so anyway, that happens very frequently, but I'm going to try and put it says PDF of one of the dreams I've had. If that doesn't work, I'll just type it out. I'll just type it out of shame. I think it wound up just being typed out of shame, so... no big deal. Cool. Yeah, I think it's copied below it because it says, thank you for reading, and then all of a sudden we get into a story.
Okay, perfect.
So that would make sense. So here we go. My partner and I are invited to some party, and we go there. We're sitting at the table when he says the N-word, and I tell him to stop that, but he argues with me. Shout out to Captain Fake Guy, who just subscribed for the 6th month over there on Twitch.
Thank you so much.
I walk off to the toilet angrily. It doesn't have a door. I hear someone trying to come in.
Sorry, I just watched all the things in the mug just explode out of the cup because the things drop in, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry. If you guys are on, YouTube or Twitch, you guys will notice that when things happen... we have like a mug that things drop
animation.
into. There's
that
animation.
Robin apparently hasn't paid attention to for like 75 episodes, which is how long we've been doing these live.
We also have a new boss. Look at the new boss.
We have a new Twitch
That's
boss.
Cool.
Captain Fake Guy has taken over at Twitch boss.
So, yeah, join us live and you guys will know what we're talking about. Or go ahead and watch us on YouTube because we're there too.
Yep, either way. All right, we're getting back to this dream. They walked off to the toilet angrily. It doesn't have a door. I hear someone trying to come in, so I poke my head out and say I won't be long. I see a figure of a man in the corner of my eye and get really freaked out, but stay calm. I wrap myself in towels and rush out to get help. I try talking to people, but they ignore me. They don't see me or acknowledge my presence.
Oh, that's like real life for me.
That's a fucking lie. I try talking to my partner, but he does the same, so I yell out loud asking for help, and this family raise their hands. I go to them and tell them how nobody would speak to me. They say not many people can talk to spirits. I realize I'm dead. Holy shit, that was just a cool turn. You just Shyamalan'd me pretty well.
Wow.
The man I saw actually killed me, and I had to tell my boyfriend. The kind man from the family agrees to help and tell him. Waylon, I'm guessing that's the boyfriend, doesn't believe him, but I tell him to say the password I use for everything, and my boyfriend follows him to the toilet. They see the blood and keep walking, and then see somebody trying to dump my body out of the window.
What the F?
The man decides to help me free my soul. My man goes to NZ, which I'm guessing is New Zealand, to do some rituals to find peace and help me find peace.
This is a really in-depth dream.
The weird thing is that they're saying they have prophetic dreams, and then they just had this really detailed dream.
That's terrifying.
You might be dead by the time we read this, so I apologize to you for our 2-month backlog.
Thank you, Cat Beatrix, for subscribing for 10 months.
Very much. Thank you so much. All right, let's get back to this vision of how you die. So this person went to New Zealand to try and find peace. Got it. As a last step, we go to the place I was murdered at. I was so scared, but eventually I got over it, and my soul is at peace. We all look happy at a nice big church, but I'm still dead, so I don't know if that's really a happy ending. It's a bit weirdly written because I wrote it as soon as I woke up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. Let's hope that's just a nightmare and not
one
of those prophetic nightmares where it comes true. However, if it does come true, we're going to be famous. And thank you so much for sending us that email, because I'm totally going to tell everyone, like, she sent that fucking email to us before she died. So, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And terrifying, let's be real.
It kind of makes me think of Dead Like Me, where it's a table of all these reapers, I guess, and the girl that dies ends up becoming a reaper, but she's actually dead. It's a whole thing.
When you say reaper, all I think about is Supernatural.
Not Overwatch?
No,
What's wrong
not
with you?
Overwatch. I haven't played Overwatch in a couple months, so...
Oh, shame.
Don't shame me. You should be proud of me. You're the one that got me into Supernatural. I don't want to hear
when
it.
you said Waylon, all I could think of is Raylan Givens.
Because you've been watching so much
I've been watching Justified.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Thank you one more time for sending us that email.
All right, so this first email I'm going to read is titled My Old House, and it goes, Hi, Advin Robin. Hello.
Hello.
My name's Jackie. Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
I'm
Jackie, hello. She's getting really mad at me. I probably edited out a bunch of times that I've interrupted her.
I'm kind of a newish listener to your podcast. My sister Yesenia.
Yesenia's watching right now.
Introduced me to your podcast. Hey.
Shout out to Yesenia.
I love it so far. You guys are amazeballs. Thank you.
Thank you.
All I could think of was Spaceballs. May the Schwartz be with you.
Wow.
Anyway,
now
okay.
Who's getting distracted?
So I wanted to tell a few of the shorter stories of my own experiences. I'll just jump into my first story because I'm awkward and I don't know how to start this shit. Does anybody really, though? It's just, you just try your best. And also, please excuse my grammar, punctuation, and any mistakes. I'm using my phone and it's 12 at night. I just got off work and I'm tired as fuck. LOL.
Apologies to Spooky Mom, who edited this.
Yep. My first experience I remember happened as a kid. It was actually a very vivid dream. I was
gonna break in really quick. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but Yesenia over there in chat says, "Oh my god, that's my sister!" with a bunch of exclamation points. So just had to share that. Holy crap, I have to call her. Tell her, youtube.com/Scaryish.
My first experience I remember happened as a kid. It was actually a very vivid dream. I was about 5.
Shout out to Captain Fake Guy, who just donated 1,000 bits and
Thank you.
me interrupt Robin one more time.
Thank you so much.
I will read every notification that comes across that board if you guys want me to keep interrupting her.
Oh my god, okay. Where was I now? I was about 5 or 6 years old and was still sleeping in my parents' room. We lived in a cute little house. It had 1 bathroom and 2 bedrooms. I'll kind of explain the layout. So, if you're facing north, directions do not help me.
Yeah,
not even a little bit. Nope.
Really quick note to McShake and Bake.
God.
Any donations you currently make while you're the stream boss heal you.
Yes.
So
you can. You healed.
You heal.
Goofy Kira, thank you for donating another 100 bits. Great.
She said that one. Dang.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're facing north, the bathroom was across the hall. So let's say this is north. You can't see my hand gestures. This is just for me to understand what's going on.
Whichever direction you're looking.
So this is north. Bathroom was across the hall.
Glitchgrim has redeemed
north.
an Ask a Question over there on Twitch and says, I just wanted to interrupt again.
Oh my fuckers.
Goofy Kira has donated another 100 bits.
All right.
The listeners are just as frustrated as you are because they're like, I'm sure this is fun and interactive when you're watching it, but holy shit, read the fucking story.
Okay, so the bathroom was across the hall to the north. So let's say the bathroom's right there, then from the parents' room. So parents' room is back there. So bathroom's up here, parents' room back there. My sister's room was right in between, so towards the west end of the house.
Gotcha.
Never eat soggy that way.
Wheaties. The answer is Wheaties.
Waffles. Someone said sour watermelon.
The Hamburglar just donated 100 bits.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Shit.
I say it sincerely.
So going towards the east was the kitchen, and to the south side was the entrance to the living room. Okay. I've attached a really rough sketch of the layout. Hopefully it works. Don't judge me.
Horriblesketch.pdf is the name of this file. It looks like something written in Arabic.
Shut up.
No, it really does.
Oh
Look at it.
It looks like a puzzle piece is what it looks like to me.
Okay, it looks like a floor plan that has like really large writing. Shout out to the Hamburglar who just donated another 100 bits.
So this drawing looks very nice. It's like a drafting drawing because you actually drew the doors, which is great. Nice.
The parents' room, sis room on the left.
So it's like a
bathroom straight ahead.
It's a dead end.
Kitchen on the right, and then like the parents' room, and the kitchen, like how they make up east and south. Like if you were to do southeast, that's where the living room is. So there you go. Everyone knows your floor plan. Let's hope that doesn't backfire. Shout out to Goofy Cure who just donated another 100 bits.
Thank you so much. So this is where my story takes place. I was dreaming that I was sleeping and got thirsty. So in my dream, I get up out of bed and walk into the hall to get some water from the kitchen. God, that scared me.
Shout out to Emanon who just redeemed and asked a question and said, and now I'm interrupting. And you scared her too. Bonus points for Emanon.
Okay. God. So water from the kitchen. kitchen's that way. So I step out of the door of my parents' room.
Shout out to the Hamburglar who just donated 100 bits.
Thank you. I stepped out the door of my parents' room and see a large black human-shaped figure. I got scared, and so I turned around to go back to the room. Suddenly, the door was gone. That's terrifying. Like having, walking into a space and having the door disappear. It's like that episode of Buffy.
And if you recall, she woke up. This is a dream where she thought she was sleeping and woke up.
And was just thirsty.
So she thinks she's awake right now. Like, not just the normal dream thinking you're awake. Like, it's a straight-up trick that your brain is playing on you right now.
Yeah, it's like the episode of Buffy where they go to the haunted house, they get in the haunted house,
episode of Buffy.
and the door behind them disappears.
Because that's the only thing that this scenario has ever happened
But
in,
that's
is
what it
Buffy,
reminds me
the
of.
TV show.
Anyway, so the door disappears, the wall's been placed there instead. I turn around to face the figure again. I saw as walls slid up from the ground and covered all 5 doors.
That's terrifying.
That's fucking terrifying. So there's no escape. You know, your brain's like, there's no escape. I'm stuck in here. There's nothing I can do about it. It's terrifying. I was sealed inside the hallway with this black figure. The figure just stood there. He didn't move or anything. From where he stood, he said something to me, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
We've really been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. That joke will eventually die.
I just can't believe people have actually been calling my grandpa about his stupid warranty.
They call everyone, dude. Shout out to Mondo Alba, who just donated 300 bits.
Let's see.
Oh my god, shout out to Emanon, who said, sorry, I just found Streamlabs and I'm playing with it. And do you guys get money from this? Not from the Ask
We
a
don't
Question.
from Ask a Question and stuff like that, we don't.
That's just, you earn like a Twitch currency, which we call souls. And you can redeem souls to talk to us or do any of the special stuff that Streamlabs allows you to do.
Like Twitch follow?
Yeah.
I don't know how we do. Do we have to manually
I
Twitch
think
follow them
when I
after?
redeem it, it should just follow him. Miss Deezy says, redeemed and Ask a Question, says, if a rooster lays an egg on a hill, which way would the egg roll? Shout out to the Hamburglar, who just donated 200 bits.
Which way the egg would roll, whichever way the yolk is kind of laying on, right?
I don't know. All I know is if the egg does what Fleetwood Mac told it to, it will roll its own way.
Nice.
So it's a good joke. No one laughed. It's all right.
All right. So
You can go your own way.
oh, that's why I didn't think it was funny, because I didn't realize it was a song.
The fucking Fleetwood Mac. I referenced the band.
Who's Fleetwood Mac?
Mark this so I can take out the sounds of me striking her. Okay, please continue.
Okay, so when he finished telling me what he had to say, all the walls around me disappeared and I woke up. So they have no idea what this thing said, but afterwards it was like, you're free now.
What if it was like something good? Like they looked scary,
Maybe.
but it was something they needed to say.
It was that imaginary friend from that post on Facebook. You really need to check the Facebook. There's lots of good shit on there.
I'll check it while you're reading and not pay attention to you, and then we'll discuss the thing on
Perfect.
Facebook after this.
I don't remember ever feeling threatened or in danger. Nice. But this dream has stayed with me till this day. I was 5 or 6 at the time. I'm now 24 years old as of October 31st, 2019. Oh my God! Birthday twinsies!
Oh my god. Happy birthday.
Oh, wait. Is it because of the birthday or was it when they sent this email? No. It was their birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shout out to L. Gatesman, 1985, who just donated $1. That's so nice of you. I'm not paying you back.
Thanks. Oh my God. That's fucked up. Just shower him in dollars on vacation.
No!
Okay. The second story goes like this. Still taking place at our old house, and I was still around 6 years old. The whole family was sleeping in my parents' room, and I wonder why that is. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
At the time, it was me, my older sister, and my mom and dad. Did you guys sleep there because the house was haunted? Because that's kind of scary.
I mean, sometimes people co-sleep. That's not too abnormal.
I did sleep in the same bed with my 2 sisters for ever. I didn't get my own bed until I was maybe 13, 14.
Right on. I slept in bunk beds for quite a long time. It was the same room, but it wasn't the same bed. But, like, if I had a nightmare, I'd go and sleep with my parents. So, like, it's not an abnormal thing. But I can tell you that part of my dad's story growing up is they wound up all moving into the same room. But it was like the living room, so they could all sleep in the same room because their house is so haunted.
Nice.
So,
That's
it's a
terrifying.
Thing. It is terrifying.
But, yeah, no, I didn't even get my own room until I was, like, 17. I was 16 or 17. I didn't get my own room.
I got my own room at 8. So
holy shit, you're so lucky.
I was very lucky. I was very lucky growing up. Shout out to my parents, Spooky Mom and Spooky Dad.
So it's the 4 of us plus 2 dogs. That room must have been fucking huge, or you guys were piled on top of each other. That is insane. We were all sleeping peacefully in my parents' bed. You guys are all so cute. The door to my parents' room was closed. All right. Then out of nowhere, there was a really loud bang on the bedroom door. It sounded as if someone had slammed their whole body into the door. That's terrifying. We all jumped up, and of course, I cried. Mainly because I was mad. I mean, my sleep was very rudely interrupted. Just kidding. I was fucking terrified. When I asked my parents what that sound was, they told me an alien threw my dad's little 94 Nissan pickup at the door. Because that made so much sense. I knew they were full of shit, but I just left it at that. I think that's all I want to type for now. My fingers hurt and I'm too lazy/tired to continue, but I will send many more of my experiences. I have tons. If you like these stories, it would be cool if you shared them on your podcast. Really big smiley face. If not, no hard feelings, sad face. Thanks for reading. Keep on creeping on. Love you guys.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Jackie.
you for sending in your story. And thank you, Yesenia, for introducing our
Yes,
show.
thank you so
to
much.
another person. And thank you to Laura Ann, who just donated 200 bits.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Thank you to everybody who's been donating. You guys are great.
You guys are great.
You guys have not made a dent in Connor's HP, but...
Yeah. I mean, they've made a dent. He's almost down to 50%. Here's what I will say. I used to have dreams a lot about being in my house, waking up, thinking I was awake. There was always one event that triggered it. It wasn't a door disappearing, which is terrifying. It was the lights not turning on. I would go to flip on the light in the hallway, which is funny because when I would go to the bathroom when I was awake, I never did that. But in my dream, I'd always go into the hallway to go to the bathroom and go to flip the light on, and the light wouldn't turn on. And immediately I would know, like, shit, I'm dreaming. And then I'd be like, maybe I'm not. Let me go try another light in the bathroom. And I go in the bathroom, and that light wouldn't turn on. And after a while of having this same dream, I realized, don't go into the bathroom and close the door, because then you can't get out. So then I wander around the house looking for a bathroom until I had to do, like, the I need to wake up trick, and then I would wake up. So, yeah. Dreams can be terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not a recurring one, but especially when they take place in your home where you're supposed to feel safe, it's the absolute worst feeling. So thank you one more time for sending that in.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So before we move on, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we're back. All right, so I'm going to move on to my second and my final email of the story. Robin still has one to go. This one's subject is round 2, fight, which is a pretty good subject line. And it starts out like this. Hello, Adam and Robin.
You gotta say it like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello.
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 Oh, we're just gonna... Lee cheered 100 bits. Thank you.
The Hamburglar 86 says, oh shit, this is my story. If this is your story, I just want you to know, I asked my mom before the show, are the stories good? I do it every week. She always says, yeah, they're good.
Goofy Cure also donated 100 bits.
And my mom said, one of them is really, really funny. I laughed the entire time I read it. So I think this is the story. So I'm excited to read this.
Oh, shit. McShake and Bake redeemed a question. It says, I hope I'm not interrupting. And then the Hamburglar donated another 100 bits. And Goofy Cure has donated another 100 bits. Okay,
this is a
going.
really long story, guys. You better pace
going.
yourselves. You're going to go in the red. We don't want overdraft fees. All right.
Overdraft fees.
The story continues. And hello to all you beautiful, spooky friends listening / watching out there in the spooky land.
Captain Fake Guy has redeemed a question and says, oh, excuse me, am I interrupting?
Not at all. Watching out there in the spooky land, a.k.a. the real world. Also, hello to Spooky Mom, and a big thanks to you for putting in all the hard work editing emails. I will try my hardest not to make too many mistakes. To start out, I have to stop, collaborate, and listen, and
That's
apologize
hilarious.
because this is going to be long. I tend to ramble when typing.
The
Sorry.
Hamburglars donated another 100 bits. Thank you.
The best part is I'm pretty sure he's interrupting his own story, which he's allowed to do. All right. Going on. Says, it's Tyler, and I'm back with a brand new invention. Something
Thank
grabs
you so
a
much,
hold of me
Goofy Cure,
tightly.
for donating another 100 bits. Emanon has redeemed a question and said, there, Robin, I'll help you get back at him.
It's just a lot of revenge right now.
This is
We're
episode
missing out.
100, okay? This is just a fun episode for us. I think it's great. Thank you.
It's a fun time,
Yeah.
especially since this email so far is riddled with Vanilla Ice puns.
Is it really?
Yeah, you've just been missing them because you've been having to read all these messages. Okay, starts out, or continues, I should say. Okay, sorry. I won't go on a Vanilla Ice tangent. I got carried away.
Hilarious.
It has been a few moons since you guys read my last email, about 3 to be exact, about these stupid haunted laundry room and self-stacking chairs. I 100% remember that email. Since you guys last heard from me, I've had no big experiences in there, but have had more furniture move in other parts of the house. But that isn't the point of this email. Those stories to come at a later date.
Thank you so much, Glitch, for doing that. Was a good question. Jolene is back with that vape guy roll for initiative. That's a D&D reference.
Yeah, that's from our one shot.
Because this dude, like, just put everyone in, like, a magical darkness, but he had, like, a wand that was his vape.
He had a staff originally that was smoking, so I was like, we get it, you vape. So it was retconned into a vape pen. Okay, I'm going to continue now.
Okay, go.
So, they're saying that they are going to send us emails in relation to stuff that has happened since then, but that is not the point of this email. I mentioned in my last email about my grandma's house being haunted and her being a giant troll, so I thought I would share 2 stories regarding her. All right. Before that, sorry, lots of butts going on here. What can I say? I like a good butt.
Me too.
Before I get into the stories, I have an apology. After you guys read my first submission, I was renamed by one of my best friends and fellow spooky friend Chris, in parentheses, the jerk who commented about your hypnosis episode, for, Chris Alton.
Oh,
he's not a jerk.
He's not a jerk.
He's like my bestie. For your not bestie. Giving him credit for turning me onto you guys.
Aw.
It was, in fact, he who, on the night of my birthday last May, said, "Hey, Tyler, you sexy beast. You should totally listen to this cool podcast I found called Scaryish." I said thanks and looked you guys up, but I'm really dumb, so I typed in spookyish and nothing came up and had to text him to get the right name. But, see all the butts? It was Chris who walked me towards the wonderful light that is Robin and Adam, so thank you, Chris. I hope you are happy now, asshole.
Dude, okay, so Spooky Mom is the one that reads these, right? And so she was just like, there's one email that I could not stop laughing through the entire thing, and this is it.
Yep.
This is it.
All right. Okay, on to my stories. As I mentioned in my previous email, I used to spend summers at my grandparents' house in Arizona. It was crazy. Literally every summer in June when school got out, all the way to the end of August when we would go back to school, was spent in Arizona. I never thought it was weird until I got older and realized my fucking parents had every single summer to themselves. Must have been nice, jerks. Anyways, back to Grandma and her incredibly haunted house.
Britt Newt has gifted a sub. Thank you so much.
They gifted a sub to Shake and Bake. That's amazing. That's
side note, I'll let you finish. I'm going to let you finish.
I'll let you finish.
I did upload a new loyalty emblem for 1 year subscriptions. And I don't think it's been approved yet. I don't know how long the approval process takes, but I did upload it last week. So I uploaded that last week, the 1 year icon, and then I did upload 3 new emotes last week. So hopefully they get approved soon and you guys will have new emotes to use. The Hamburglar has donated another 300 bits.
Thank you so much. All right.
Our cup is so full right now.
Our cup runneth over. Thank you so much for that, like literally. So back to Grandma and her haunted house.
Baby, Marked. You're a haunted house.
I knew you were going to do it.
You guys should listen to that song. My Chemical Romance. No, it's not My Chemical Romance. It's Gerard Way. And Baby, You're a Haunted House. It's cute.
When we were kids, my grandparents were super strict. My grandpa was a colonel in the army and didn't let retirement stop him from ordering around his grandkids like we were his soldiers. There were 7 of us. That is really cute. Me, my 2 siblings, and 4 cousins.
That is awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
That's awesome getting to spend time with all these kids together.
So all of your cousins got shipped off too, so that all parents could have the summers to themselves. Kind of genius.
Thank you so much, Lee, for donating another 100 bits.
He kind of had to rule with an iron fist, otherwise he would have gone crazy with that many kids. We ate at specific times and went to bed at specific times. The few exceptions to this was when we had movie night with all the cousins. We would pile onto the ugliest burnt orange typical 70s sectional couch you could imagine and watch movies. I can picture it in my mind's eye right now.
Can you smell it?
I can't smell it, but I can smell his grandfather. He smells like butterscotch and scotch.
That's scotch. What the fuck?
So cute, right? Oh no, dear reader, and listeners too, I guess. My grandma would set us up with great movies. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, amazing. The original It, amazing to this day. As an almost 34-year-old man, which is funny because it sounds like I'm saying this, but this is from the email. May 8th, for those of you wanting to get me presents. Taurus, baby. You're 3 days behind me. I am scared of clowns.
What? So they forced you guys to watch these movies?
I don't think they were forced to. They were set up with good movies. And because these movies are horror movies about clowns, the 2 mentioned specifically, Killer Clowns from Outer Space and It.
And that's why
they caused a phobia of clowns. It, for me, was the one that caused the phobia of clowns. Then it says, do you like the parentheses exception? I hope you read the parentheses when reading this. Otherwise, that last sentence will make me look like a maniac. Back to the movies. I didn't read the parentheses. You look like a maniac. Along with the aforementioned clown movies, we would watch all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, Friday the 13th, and Halloween series. It does seem like your grandparents were trying to traumatize you at this point, especially if they lived in a haunted house and only showed horror movies.
Maybe what they wanted to do was just, like, give these kids some cautionary tales, like, don't do stupid shit.
That's what you got from that? Don't hang out with aliens from outer space that look like clowns because they might wrap you in a cocoon of
don't go into
cotton
the sewer.
Candy and then drink your blood with a silly straw.
Don't fall for stupid clowns in sewers trying to get you to go down there with them.
What's the cautionary tale from, like, Nightmare on Elm Street?
Don't ever fall asleep.
Yeah. All right, gonna continue on. You name it, we were watching a scary movie at least twice a week. Did I mention that this took place at about the ages of 7 or 8 all the way till 11 or so?
I feel like that's way too graphic and language-wise not suitable for children.
Me and Lee, who's in the chat right now, used to watch the same shit all the time at the exact same age.
Really? I wasn't allowed.
Lee wasn't allowed either, but at my house, we bent rules.
Even now, my parents are like, don't watch horror movies. It's bad for your brain. You'll go crazy.
I'm going to continue, because you're already crazy. Not traumatizing at all for kids growing up. To add to our litany of scary movies to watch, my grandma's house was dark and scary when we left the safety of the den. That's what we call the living room at her house. Why? Because, one, there was a pack of children running around the den, and it sounded badass as a small child. And two, the actual living room was off limits to everyone. Like, not even my grandparents sat in there. All that was in that room was a bunch of terrifying porcelain dolls from Europe that belonged to my great-grandparents who immigrated from Poland.
Double great.
Great-great-grandparents who immigrated from Poland and parts of Eastern Europe. These dolls were creepy as fuck and always looked like they were following you around the room. So why am I telling you this long, drawn-out story about my grandma's house? Because I am an amazing storyteller. That's why. Setting the scene, baby. It literally says that in there. Okay, but seriously, I want you to kind of envision the scary house we spent months of our lives in every year when we were kids and had scary shit burned into our memories.
So it's just like a horror summer. Thank you so much, Glitch, for donating $5 reduce.
Thank you so much, Glitch.
It says, I don't have bits. Here, take my money. Happy 100.
Thank you so much. All right. Continuing on. There were times when we would hear pots and pans banging around the kitchen at 3 a.m., only to find nothing in the kitchen and my grandparents fast asleep in their room. Multiple times, different cousins, including myself, had seen shadow figures in the living room with the dolls and in the dining room late at night. So growing up, we were always really scared of my grandparents' house. This continued as we got older and all grew into adults.
So this place sounds absolutely horrifying. They force you to watch these scary movies that give you freaking nightmares. There's a room full of dolls that have spirits walking around. I bet those dolls came to life at night. I fucking bet it.
I think it was the caretaker for the dolls. That's where my head went. The spirit is whoever used to have those dolls, one of the great-great-grandparents.
You think so?
Yeah, that's where my head's at, but maybe we'll find out because there's a lot more to this email.
Thank you so much, Goofy Cure, for donating 100 boots.
So many donations for interruption's sake. Fast forward some time, and in 2010, my grandmother passed away.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sorry
for your loss.
My mom inherited the house after some legal battles with my aunt. That sucks. Gotta love family, right? I
cannot stand that. Oh my God, when family fights over stuff like that. Ugh.
It literally says, gotta love family, right? That's really sad. I'd like to shout out I'm What's for Dinner for following us. That happened when we were off the air, and it's just such a good name because you're either into fellatio, cunnilingus, or voluntary cannibalism, and either way, it's a pretty good fucking name.
Thank you so much, Lee, for donating another 100 bits.
All right, gonna keep going. Gotta love family, right? Well, in 2012, I moved out to Arizona with my ex-wife and son, who at the time was about 8 months old, so I could finish up my degree at Arizona State.
Nice.
She was my wife at the time, now my ex-wife. You get it, right? Of course you do. You're smart. Okay. So everything was set up for us. And hey, would you look at that? The new normal living room is now in the old living room that we could never go in.
Thank you so much, Goofy Cure, for donating another 100 bits.
Was now in the old living room that we could never go in that had all the creepy dolls. So essentially, their new living space was the forbidden space when he was growing up, which is horrifying. My parents had taken out all the old stuff and made it nice. I always hated the room because 1, I always remember the dolls and shadow figures, and 2, I kept expecting Grandpa to come out of the kitchen with the spank board and chase us out of the living room. Yes, my grandparents had a spank board, and yes, they hit us with it when we were bad. We had a ping pong paddle. Did it have holes in it? Like, we had a ping pong paddle my dad had drilled holes into, so it would, like...
Whip?
It would move faster through the air to hit us with, and then once that broke, it became the era of the belt. It's like when you play Civilization and you just upgrade enough where you move into, like, the Renaissance era, and it has this, like, beautiful music, like... doodle-doodle-doodle-doo, and it shows... That's Zelda music, but whatever. And it shows you, like, your new era. Like, he hit my brother, it broke, I thought I was safe, I was like... Phew. It's like... doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. It's like the belt era has begun, and he just took it off... And, you know,
I'd said before, my mom was just full of ingenuity. We used to have, like, a bamboo stick, like a big, long, thin one that would whip. And then
very Asian.
Other times, we would buy, whenever we went to Universal Studios, we'd get, like, those souvenir cups that have big, long rubber straws. And you'd whip it like a fucking whip, and it'd curve to every cheek.
You hear it whistle on the way, too, like...
Yeah.
All right, our stories of child abuse are entertaining. I gotta get back to this email.
Fucked up, I swear.
All right, we turned out fine. All right, so they hit us with it when we were bad. That's where I left off. I mean, who didn't have some sort of device to beat small humans that were tasked? They were tasked to watch for a whole summer. It was the 90s. Anyways, I digress. Sorry about the tangent. 100% true. So one particular night, I am up late playing video games in the living room. My wife and son are asleep in the bedroom when I hear a noise. At first, it sounded like someone had whispered, "Hey," from the kitchen area. Hey. I figured it was my wife, so I said aloud, "Yes," but heard no reply. I go back to playing video games when I hear a whisper, "Ty." This time I was sure it was my wife, so I got up thinking my son had woken up or she wanted water or something. I look around the kitchen and the dining room, but I don't see anything. I walk through a hallway and check on my wife and son in the room, and they're both sound asleep. I walk back to the kitchen area because I'm a dumbass. I decided to walk around and see if I can find anything.
Okay. That's brave.
This is brave, a little bit terrifying. Side note, my current girlfriend hates it when I decide to investigate scary or dangerous things. I guess she loves me and doesn't want anything happen to me. Little does she know, my middle name is Danger. Kidding, it's actually Lee. But wouldn't that be cool if your middle name was Danger? Yeah, especially because the name Lee sucks.
In Fallout,
my best friend Lee is watching right now. That's why I say that.
Oh, that's so mean. My character in Fallout 4 was Natalia Danger.
It was. We've discussed naming our first child something with Danger as the middle name.
Because that'd be fucking sweet.
They get made fun of in school, but as an adult, they'd be fucking awesome.
Okay, the reason why I named my character that, though, in Fallout 4 was there was a list of certain names that if you named your character that, your robot friend would actually say it. So I was like, I gotta change the name to something that it'll actually say, because that's fucking sweet. So yeah, that's why my name doesn't really make sense, and it was amazing.
The message over on YouTube from MJ and J, Mariana and John, it says, "Up the donations, Lee, #cheap." I'm sending $1 at a time. All right.
It's just a taste of what Mexico is going to be.
Right. Getting back to the email.
Up to say? I don't know.
No, it's totally true. Getting back to the email. Wouldn't it be cool if your middle name was Danger? Goes on to say, okay, sorry, back to the story. Where was I? Yeah, we all just tangented together.
I don't even know what... Wait, what were we
talking about? The Danger middle name. He's investigating the scary thing. Yeah. He's in the kitchen.
Go.
Oh, yes. Being stupidly brave, looking for danger. So after investigating, I don't find anything, so I go back to playing video games. Thankfully, I'm playing Madden and not online multiplayer games because, as moms everywhere know, you can't pause an online game. 100% true. After some time, I get a whiff of a smell that brings back a lot of memories. It smells like the type of perfume old lady smell that my grandma had.
Aww.
Every grandma has it. You're probably smelling it in your mind's nose. Also, if mind's nose isn't a thing, I'm making it a thing now. Cue Homer Simpson telling everyone patent pending. So I am smelling this smell, and I once again hear whispered, "Ty," come from the kitchen. This time, I am 100% certain it is not my wife, and I'm starting to think it's something more paranormal. I walk into the kitchen, and the smell gets stronger. I say out loud, "Grams, is that you?" After I say this out loud...
I have chills, dude.
After I say this out loud, the door to the master bedroom slams shut.
Shut the fuck up.
The master bedroom, of course, being my grandparents' old room and was my parents' room when they stayed there. But surprise, they were not in Arizona. They were still in California. I am positive that this was my grandma coming to visit, and I say out loud, "Hi, Grams, I love you, and we all miss you terribly."
I have chills, dude. What the fuck?
Are they multiplying? Then the door to the bedroom opens up. I'm kidding. That didn't happen. But the smells did fade away, and I went back to playing video games. It was an awesome moment, and I am certain it was my grandma coming to check on me as I took her passing hard, and also to check in on her great-grandson, whom she didn't get to meet.
That's really cool.
Side note to this story, this took place in Arizona during the summer. The air conditioning is constantly going in the summer, and if the door is partially open when the AC kicks on, the door can close due to the air being pulled from room to room.
All right, I can see that.
However, the door was not close to being closed. It was fully open, so it would have taken a significant blast of air to close it. So it's like the whole thing just slamming shut. Not saying that the AC couldn't have closed the door, just saying it would have taken a lot. Okay, last story, and this one is quicker. And I can validate because I'm looking at it, and it is significantly shorter, although that last one was amazing and it was super long, and that's okay. Like I said earlier, my grandma was a huge troll, and also, like I said above, we used to watch tons of scary movies as kids. So one night, we had just finished up watching a scary-ass movie, and we all decided to sleep in the den for safety. It's super cute. Go ahead.
I'm just imagining a whole bunch of kids, you know, just laying together, and there's just a million blankets and pillows all over.
You get a big blanket, preferably thin, so it's light, and the broom. And then you build pillows as a base, and you make a huge fucking fort.
So what my sister and I used to do was the house we lived in when we were in middle school was partially already furnished. So there was some furniture that was there, a lot older furniture. And we would just take these pieces of furniture and say there was like one of those, not a recliner, but an old-fashioned type of chair that was kind of like that. We would flip it over and use the cushion that was on the bottom seat, and we'd like make a door out of it.
That's cool.
And then we'd take another chair and flip it over, and so you'd have like this cave that you're in. So you don't need to set up any sheets or anything like that. You would just stay in this little cave. We would also take sheets and stretch it over the bed and across the side of the bed and make like little huts that way. There was a point in my life where I was sleeping, I wouldn't sleep on my bed. I would sleep on this little blow up, like one of those floaties for the pool. Mm-hmm. And it was like the bed ones. I'd put it on the side of the bed and lay on that.
Shout out to Pete Mika, who just subscribed over there on YouTube. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I think the last time I had a Fortnite was when I was like 18.
Didn't you just play Fortnite?
No, had a fortnight. Oh. And I kept telling everyone while we were building the fort, everyone has to stay in the fort for 2 weeks because that's a fortnight.
We live a fort. Yeah, I was going to say we live a fortnight every 2 weeks.
Yep.
I set a Santa hat on fire once because
those things connect?
No. So we made like a fort, right? And I wanted to kind of like make storage for myself. So there was a lamp, and I tucked the ball of the Santa hat into the top of the lamp where the fucking light bulb is because I'm a dumb kid, and I wanted to store stuff into the lip of the Santa hat, right? And then all of a sudden, like after a while, I smell something, and it smells so fucking bad. And I'm like, holy shit, the fucking Santa hat's on fire.
Oh my God.
It was terrible. Oh my God. So embarrassing. Yeah. It was just crazy. Glad I didn't set anything on fire.
It's a good thing you didn't burn down your house. My friend Lee once tried to burn down our elementary school. He'll have to tell you about that when we're in Mexico.
Sounds good.
Anyways, shout out to Brittany, who just donated $20 and said happy 100th. Thank you so much, Brittany.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that so freaking much. Okay,
Connor's almost taken out.
Yeah, Connor only has 4,490 hit points left. So keep going, folks.
Nice.
Unless he donates, because then it's going to heal himself. So anyways, getting back to this one, the grandma's the troll. They're watching scary movies. They decide to sleep in the den for safety. That's where we left off.
All right.
We pushed the ugly 70s couch together so that it basically made a big square. As we all settled in to start to fall asleep, we heard a scratch coming from the wall outside the room.
Shut up. Was it one of the grandparents that was doing it?
I mean, the story let out with my grandma's a huge troll, so...
Okay.
At first, we thought it was our imagination, but the scratching kept getting louder and more consistent. We tried to come up with a game plan, and one of my cousins suggested we check it out, but that me and my brother should check it out. My brother and I were the only boys. Stupid girls not knowing they were powerful, independent women. It's hilarious. But it was the 90s, and they were young, so I guess they get a pass. Anywho, it suggested that the two boys go check it out, so we get up and walk to the door. My oldest cousin stops us at the last minute and says, we'll check it out, says she will check it out with us because she is the oldest. In parentheses, yay, girl power.
Oh my God.
So she says she will open the door and the three of us will check it out. She opens the door and standing in the doorway is a woman in a white gown with a disfigured face who proceeded to scream.
Disfigured face?
My cousin screams louder than I thought her lungs could produce and runs back into the room, pushing me and my brother to the ground in the process.
That's fucked up.
The woman in white? My grandmother, of course.
How did she have a fucked up
face?
She
pulls off a mask and proceeds to laugh her ass off for about a minute before she realizes that my cousin is crying and is super pissed. Grandma apologizes, but my cousin doesn't accept it and leaves to go to another room. To this
Thank you so much, McShake and Big, for donating 1,500 bits.
And healing himself up to 7,490 hit points. To this day, we still talk about that moment anytime we are together, and the stories gravitate towards my grandma. My grandparents helped raise me and imparted so much knowledge and wisdom in me. I thank my grandma for making Halloween my favorite holiday and giving me my love of all things spooky. I hope you guys enjoyed my stories, and I hope this tangent-filled email wasn't too hard to read or understand. I hope I did well and didn't make Spooky Mom's job too hard. Word to your mother. I will share more stories if you guys aren't annoyed with me so far. Sincerely, your friend in spookiness, Tyler. P.S. Shout out to everyone in the Discord group as well as the Facebook group. You guys are all amazing and the community is so amazing and welcoming and loving. I love you guys. Heart. Thank you so much for sending that.
Yeah.
I know I say it a lot. I do not care if the emails are long. They're usually really, really, really good because you have a lot to say, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think that sounds so fun, and it's such good memories, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
It's really cool that your grandmother imparted so much of your spooky love to you because that's what probably led you to our podcast.
Yeah.
So shout out to your grandmother, and thank you so much for sending in your story.
It just makes me really want to troll our kids.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to troll children. It's going to be amazing.
I like the one that people do where they pretend that they're invisible.
It's
yes!
so good. They're
that one's
so awesome.
So good. Oh my goodness.
You have to have one parent who looks legitimately scared or upset that their child has disappeared to just inflict that trauma, which you know is going to come up in therapy 20 years down the road. But all right.
So I'm going to get into my last email of the episode here.
With a really weird voice.
All right. So
she wouldn't do the English voice for the last episode of Storytime, but she'll do this one. You should be forced to read at least one sentence in an English accent because you bailed on it last week. We had so many tweets and hashtags going out. Hashtag Robin do the voice. Hashtag Robin be English. It was just like such an overwhelming swelling of support for Robin to do the voice. Wasn't. There wasn't a single one, but I'm just going to go ahead and say there were because I want to hear her do it.
So this subject is true story. All right.
I believe it already.
Story,
you could say anything in this email, and I will 100% believe it.
Hi, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Will, and I recently started listening to your podcast on Spotify.
Aw, shout out Spotify. Thanks, Will.
While at work. Nice. I work graveyard at a 24-hour emergency animal hospital in Oregon. Nice.
Way to be there for people when they have emergencies.
Yeah. I know we've had to call the vet once. At night.
Knock on wood. Why would you announce a number like that?
Okay. You both are fucking awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
I enjoy listening to your stories. Why, thank you.
I hope you enjoy to your story so far.
I was going to say.
It's been very complimentary.
I have a true story that you might be interested in. No basements are involved, and no fucking Zaboomafoo either. I think it's funny because during the live stream, we were talking about Zaboomafoo, and we were talking about SpongeBob and a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, okay, so go to YouTube and watch it if you haven't watched it.
It's got even more interruptions, if you could believe that.
All right, so about 12 or 13 years ago, my wife and I were living in Portland, Oregon. It was around 3 p.m., and I was standing at a crowded bus stop downtown. Downtown Portland is close to New York with all of the people. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so it's very similar to New York.
Very crowded.
I was waiting for the bus. I saw this guy that walked up and stood out like a sore thumb. He was wearing a very nice suit and had a metal briefcase.
Shout out to McShake and Bake, who just donated 1,500 bits.
Thank you so much.
They have healed up to 10,490.
Oh my god, he's coming back with a vengeance.
He is. This is McShake and Bake's second form.
Oh my god.
This isn't even his final form yet.
All right. Oh god. So metal briefcase. Oh shit.
Shout out to McShakenBake, who has redeemed and asked a question. Hashtag Robin, do the voice.
I can't.
Yes.
I can't even do a British.
She's full of shit. She can do it. I've heard her do it before.
But it's like not.
Laura Ann in the chat says, LOL, Robin, do the voice.
I can't do a British accent. I swear.
We'll make her do it on the last sentence. How about that,
folks? Oh, my God.
folks?
What if the last sentence is absolutely awful?
Then, hey, at least you tried.
Anyway, okay, so this guy was wearing nice suit, metal briefcase. This guy was dressed too nice for the bus. He didn't have any emotion or anything. He wore sunglasses and just, Jesus.
Amanon has redeemed and asked a question and said, hashtag Robin, do the
Stop
voice.
It!
Also, Brit Newt, Glitchgrim have both said, do it.
Oh my God, stop it. So, dressed too nice for the bus. He didn't have any emotion. He wore sunglasses and was just standing next to this person and was standing next to Will. So the feeling I got from this guy was my gut knotted up and the hair on the back of my neck stood up. He sat his briefcase down right next to me, and as the bus arrived, he walked off. I was nervous.
That's a bomb. You fuck right off.
Holy shit.
You get the fuck right out
I was
there.
nervous, curious, and confused at the same time. I didn't touch the briefcase, and I got on the bus. The bus had took off, and a few miles into the ride, the bus was pulled over by what appeared to be the police.
Glitchgrim has redeemed and asked a question and said, hashtag Robin, do the voice.
Jesus Christ! No, I'm not doing it.
Laura Ann says, Robin, say, oi. I'm What's for Dinner says, at least say bloody hell.
No.
And Girl Panic says, oi.
Oi. Oi, 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 oi.
Just do bloody hell. It's just like they say in Harry Potter, that documentary.
No,
like
they
watch.
don't.
Yeah, he does. Ron says it at least once. Bloody hell.
Oh, yeah. He
Just
does
say it.
say
Just
that.
say
No.
it. Make the people happy, Robin. Give them what they want.
No. I'm nervous. No. You know what's funny is we do this every single week, and now I'm nervous. Like, come on. Shit.
100 episodes, Robin.
We've been doing it for...
story time. We've been doing live ones for 70 of them.
How does Spike say it in Buffy?
Aljabar
'Cause he
says,
says that all the time. All right. So police pulls over the bus, right? A different man than before gets onto the bus, looks at me and says, we need to ask you some questions. Please come with me.
Oh my God.
As my heart stopped, I got off the bus. The bus then got the notion to drive off, which it did. The man in the suit had me get into his SUV, and I was taken to their office. Once we got into the office, I was questioned where I was. I was led into a smaller room where I was questioned. The guy asked what's in the briefcase, and I explained that I had no clue and I did not touch it. The guy asked me why I didn't touch it, and I explained to him that it was not mine. It belonged to ass guy dressed like him. The guy then asked if I was curious as to know what's in it, and then I asked, what if there was money in it? I explained that I didn't care. It was not mine to fuck with. The guy proceeded to tell me that I should not have left the suitcase. I would have been better off taking it than not.
What?
This guy then told me where I lived, who my wife was.
What the fuck?
And how long we've been married and how long my commute was to my job. The guy then looked at me with a serious pissed off look and said, you better hope nothing's in the briefcase. Again, I told the guy I have no clue what's in it, nor do I care. I also told the guy that random people should not leave briefcases around. The guy chuckled. I'm just like, this story is insane. I want to know what happens. So the guy chuckled, took my photo and fingerprints, then told me, thank you for your cooperation. You didn't see anything, and you're not in a substation at this time.
What the fuck?
If we need you, we will contact you. I was released, and for a year after that, I received weird, threatening phone calls. I would see these guys in suits at all places that I went, and they would stare at me. It was very fucked up.
Yeah, that sounds super fucked up.
That's the end of the email.
Wow.
What the fuck?
It is super intense. I would love to believe that it's 100% authentic. I may do some Googling afterwards to see if this pops up on any creepypasta websites or something like that. And if it doesn't, that shit is fucking terrifying. Like, for the bus to be pulled over, I would have immediately jumped up and screamed, if you slow down, this bus will explode! Because everyone has seen Speed, and that bus would not drop below 50 miles an hour. And if they wanted to take you there and threaten you, they'd have to jump from a fucking BMW into the bus to get you off. I'm just saying, like...
to get you off.
Yeah, exactly. Have that in your back pocket next time so that someone doesn't pull over your bus, and then your bus fucking leaves you behind, which is just the worst part of that whole story, aside from them knowing everything about your life and threatening you for a year. So, thank you for sending that in and sharing it with us. That's a really, really good one to end on, I think.
Nice.
Robin, you need to say something in a British accent now.
Okay.
MJJ, which is going to be John on this one for sure, says, say, Jesus Christ, in a British voice. Definitely quoting Monty Python.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about in Hot Fuzz when the priest gets shot. And it's just like...
Whatever works for you. Channel the most English phrase you can think of from any of the movies that you watch. You watch more BBC than any living person. So you gotta be able to do this.
Can I just make screaming baby sounds like from Call the Midwife?
Sure, go for it.
Oh my god.
Just anything. Just a quick phrase.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm so... No, nobody look at me, right?
No one's looking at her. I'll turn off the camera.
No, you won't.
There you go. Camera's off.
Okay, so how about when in Hot Fuzz when he's just like, you ain't never seen Bad Boys 2?
There you go. You guys got a line from her in an English accent. She did pretty well. Everyone, wherever you're at, give her a golf clap.
That's way too loud for a golf clap, but yeah.
We got to make it audible or else you guys don't know what the fuck we're doing if you're doing the listening.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us for our 100th Storytime episode. You guys have been with us for over 200 episodes altogether, right? Holy shit.
200 episodes.
Is it almost 300? No.
No.
Oh,
you're getting way too far ahead of yourself. This is what Robin does.
And we've gotten so far and we've been able to accomplish so much, and that's really thanks to you guys. Like, I never would have thought that we would have become like an affiliate for Twitch, and I never would have thought we would have gotten so far with YouTube.
Realistically, here's the thing. Twitch affiliate status was something that we hoped we would get to, and getting our own YouTube custom channel was something like the custom name, youtube.com/Scaryish, was like, it'd be really cool if that happened. And not only did it happened literally as fast as it possibly could have happened because we received so much support.
We're so thankful for you guys. And
I do want to say that there are levels we can get to past this that your continued support and new support can get us to. Like, there's Twitch affiliate and there's Twitch partner, and then there's YouTube whatever, and then there's
Thank
YouTube
you so much,
Super YouTube.
Kent Zone Star,
Shout out to Kent Zone Star for subscribing on Twitch using their Prime, which is awesome. It just sincerely means so much that we've had so many people come out and support us. 100 Storytime episodes is very special. Lee Gatesman, 1985.
Thank you so much, Lee.
Finally decided after the full episode to follow us. So thank you for that. But sincerely, guys, it's 100 episodes of Storytime is even nicer than the 2-year mark that we hit for the normal podcast, because
we wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys.
They literally don't exist unless you guys send us your personal stories to be read. Shout out to the Lost Jackal who followed us on Twitch.
Thank you so
after
much.
Shit talk Lee Gates, and he was like, I should probably do that too. But seriously, it's
your
really
stories
amazing.
are what make this happen. So if you have any, please email us, storytime@scaryish.com. Your paranormal, supernatural experiences, things like that. True crime, you got some true crime stories, send us those.
Send them our way.
It's just, we want to grow our community, and you guys are all part of that community, and we can't do it without you, so thank you.
Absolutely. I will say, like, when you have a bad day at work, it's nice to know that you guys have something, and we hear so many people let us know that it makes life easier. And just so you know, when we have bad days at work, we come home and, like, even though it's a responsibility where it's like, we have to do this.
But once we start doing it, it's like, I'm glad we're doing this.
It never really hangs over our heads. And
Right.
for the live episodes especially, we get to be like, man, I'm really happy I get to come home and do the live episode.
Because we just sit down and we get to chat with you guys and we have fun with you guys.
Seriously.
And it's so cool. You guys are so great. Thank you so much, Goofy Gear, for donating another 100 bits.
Interrupting us one more time. Feel free to interrupt us whenever you want. But yeah, sincerely, guys, thank you. Facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast. You can message us there or join our Spooky Friends group.
If you want,
Scaryish Pod is Twitter, @Scaryish Podcast is Instagram. Sorry.
If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are monthly donations. We have a whole bunch of different tiers. And that's where you get ad-free episodes. So you guys can go there.
There's a brief preview for the window of January until they fix the technical glitch where the new episodes that are coming out don't have ads. So you're hearing them exactly how you would if you were a patron. So it's kind of nice that it's a little preview of what that would be like.
Yeah. And coffee, ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are one-time donations. All those donations help us upgrade our studio setup, kind of like how we've been able to upgrade our camera over time, and we've upgraded our microphones multiple times.
If you just heard a kissy noise, it's because I kissed my microphone because I'm in love with it.
He loves this thing so much, and I haven't listened to the episode, so I don't know what the difference is.
She hasn't listened to an episode in years.
We've only been doing this for 2 years.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Thank you guys so much. We are so thankful for you guys. We really couldn't do it without you, and we hope you continue to support us in this Scaryish adventure. So yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
What?
Scaryish adventure. It just sounded funny.
No, you're not. Fuck you. Okay, I hate you.
That's a perfect way to end the show. So Robin, go ahead and sign us
Keep on
out.
creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.